Hey everyone, Brian from Bearable Traders here. Wednesday, March 13th. Just got back from New York City. We were down there, Bearable Trading Team. Had a meetup with some of our New York members. It was a great time and met some great people. Had some good conversations about trading. And now we're back in the saddle, as it were. So let's just take a look at what's been going on up to midweek here. Do a midweek recap and kind of look ahead to the rest of the week. You can see here, this is where the Boeing's been in the news, obviously, and this is where, part of the day where the news came out. So obviously it was infected by the Dow because Boeing's a big part of the Dow. So Dow sold off, Boeing contributing to a lot of that. And all the planes are grounded now, and the rest of the market's kind of sold off here too. So internals, and we're back to about 50-50 above and below the 200-day moving average. 50s are still hanging in there, 75% of them. Lots of new highs, not a lot of new lows. Obviously bullish. Let's take a look at the groups. We're still in kind of a upward trend here. Talk about the levels in a minute. And weekly performance, let's take a look. Utilities, the safety trade, so-called safety trade, still storming ahead. Healthcare made a comeback here. We'll talk about LABU in a minute. Technology in the week, it's been pretty strong month. Technology's been good. Semiconductors have been performing pretty well. So let's just break it down and take a look at some of our indices. The Dow, you see, we pretty much bounced off this 200-day moving average. Didn't quite make it down there, and now we're crawling our way back here, and we'll see what the rest of the week brings. But we had a down week last week. Now we're trying to reclaim this 26,000 level maybe. 50's turning up. MACD's may be coming around. RSI might be double bottoming here. And volume for the week so far has been pretty strong. So inclination is to say this market's probably going to creep higher. IWM, we kind of had a reversing candle here. And you see here we tried to come back up. We lost the 200, tried to come back to it. And it maybe failed. So we'll see what happens the rest of the week. I'm tempted. I'm probably going to take the rest of this TNA trade on. We'll talk about that in a minute here. And watch for a reversal again, because we we played the market short here. We got the bounce here. I'm looking at this thinking maybe it's time to take the rest of that off. More about that in a few minutes. QQQs, these are the ones that are strong. Like I said, semiconductors have been good. Some of the other technology stocks have been great too. Nvidia, Microsoft, Cisco, they've all been on a pretty good tear. So you can see here our size coming back up nicely. Not a great candle day, like there was market went higher and then sold off. Didn't really finish that strong, so we'll see what Thursday brings. Same with the SPY, same kind of story. Not a lot much more to say. The dollar, to me, the dollar's been really strange. It really did a strong breakout, and then we had an inside day, bit of a reversal, and then we've just sold right off again. So, markets, at least the dollar index is pretty volatile right now. I don't know where it's going. And then you can see here, this is the VIX. Obviously, volatility is being sucked right out of the market. Got a triple bottom going on here. But this thing may head lower if the market heads higher. So we'll see. Let's take a look at the actives. Coke. We got Coke on this bounce, and I've been in it ever since. It said it was kind of more of a longer term trade, so stuck with it when it didn't break down below the 44.50 level. Came pretty close, and now we're back up here at 46.22. So like I said, it's a longer term trade for me. I like the fact that it did hold this level again, and just reaffirms the level of where the level of support is for the stock, where people are willing to come in and buy it. TNA, been in this TNA trade. Got in around 60.56, been taking some off all the way up here. Took a little bit more off this morning, and just got a bit of a quarter of it left. And like I said, this This candle doesn't look very instructive. It's not a nice looking candle. Um, let's look at, let's look at 1 month. Let's just take a look and see what it looks like up close. There you go. So, we had a pretty close to a cross here, and now we've got maybe a gravestone. So I'm going to be watching this pretty strongly tomorrow and just see if I should be flipping my position. You see the volume here really dropped off. So yeah, hard to say where this is going to go, but we'll watch for some confirmation of a trend reversal again. TZA, again, this is one I may jump back into if I do get out of TNA. Just keep flipping back and forth. So those are the actives. Let's take a look at some ones on watch here. I said the bias is to the upside. Let's look at gold. Gold's had a nice, or at least the miners have had a nice little run up. You can see that on Nugget. It's a good way to play gold price. And dust goes the opposite direction, which is what they were designed to do. GLD, see gold's creeping back up again. So I'm going to maybe take a look at one of these miner stocks or the ETF like Nugget. Like I said, playing the ETFs takes the risk, the single stock risk out of a trade. So instead of playing a Newmont that might have a dam burst or something, if it did with an ETF, might have a minimal effect. Certainly not with a stock if you held the stock. One of the reasons that ETFs are a good way to trade these commodities. You can see here, I've still got my eye on this Avco stock. It just looks like you've got a nice triangle here. It's an ascending triangle, flat on the top, and it keeps making higher lows. And at some point it's maybe going to bust out of this 420, 430 range here. I'm going to watch that tomorrow. Abu's been one I've been watching. I watched it reverse and I didn't take the trade, so unfortunately it looks like it's back up. I wouldn't take it here, but I'm going to keep an eye on it. Good way to play the biotechs. Roku sold off hard today because of some threat of competition. I'd be looking at this one too, and I'll be watching it for a potential reversal. Because these stocks that have been strong, this one's been strong, and now it sold off. But people that are, once the news flow dies down a little bit, and all these, people that have been rapidly bull on the stock, some of them might come in and try to buy some up again. So, it took us right back down to the 50 level on the RSI. And the high volume day today. A little washout a little bit more, but we'll be keeping an eye on it for sure for maybe a re-entry on that stock. Natural gas is another commodity I like to watch and trade if we can get into a pattern, like a trend. Right now it's just, looked like we had a bit of a triangle here and a break, but it's just still seems to be, price dropped a little bit. Now it seems to just be coming back again. So I don't know what's, it still doesn't look like a trend to me. Looks like a trend choppy. XLE, a bit of a fake out there. Looked like it might break higher, actually broke lower, bounced off this 50-day moving average, and now it's back up into this area. So it's not really tradable at this point. Again, just keeping an eye on it. XLU, there's that beautiful chart from back in 2017. Just it's just been on a constant run higher. Really nice trend there. But it's there's nothing above here. It could just keep going higher. RSI is getting pretty oversold here. So maybe we can watch that. I'll continue to watch that. I wouldn't mind getting it on a pullback. I'm certainly not going to enter it after this, parabolic move here. This is a great way to buy the high and sell the low. Buy high and sell low, which you don't want to do. So we're waiting for something like this. We get a couple of candles here, pull back, and at least we'll be entering at a more reasonable position. So we'll have to keep an eye on that as well. Anything else? That's it, guys. Have a great rest of the week. We're back in the saddle at the Bear Bull Trading Room. All our guys are back from New York City, and we'll be in the room tomorrow actively looking for day trades as well. So we'll see you tomorrow morning. And check out my book on swing trading if you haven't already. It's on Amazon, How to Swing Trade. Ciao for now, everyone. Good night.